found in a place known as Turkana.
Turkana?
Where they were found.
Okay.
No, this was dating of the fossil, where you used relative dating. Now, relative dating is according to the layers of the soil where the fossil is found. If the fossil is found down there, meaning that the fossil is very old.
Yeah.
Up here, much younger fossil, by the layers of the soil where it is found, relative dating. Now, this is the mostly used form of dating.
Okay.
Then we have carbon dating, according to the amount of carbon in a bone. If a bone has more carbon, that bone is much younger. If a bone has less carbon, that bone is very old. That's how they used to date, according to the composition of carbon in a bone. Carbon dating, relative dating. This way. These are pictures taken from the pre-colonial time to the post-colonial time. Pre-colonial, colonial, and post-colonial. How leadership used to happen, how things used to work. Beats for life. We have now increased the size of the bees to capture more details. This is the drone bee. The drone bee is the male bee that mates with the queen. Okay? He dies after 2 weeks or 3 weeks because now during mating, the inner part of the abdomen are ripped out, then he dies. The drone bee.
Wow.
Okay? Then we have the cycles of a bee. From an egg, we come to larva. Larva grows, then it becomes a pupa. Pupa becomes a bee. 4 stages: egg, larva, pupa, bee. 4 stages of life. The different communities that keep bee in Kenya, mostly the nomads, the Pokot, the Borana, the Samburu, the Yaku, Maasai, all these keep bee in Kenya.
All these bees?
All these are the communities that keep bee in Kenya.
Okay.
Then the traditional beehive, the modern beehive down here. Back then there was no bee suit, they used to wear these skins instead of the bee suits.
Okay, cool.
Then this was protection or conservation of honey, or now storage. The gourds were for storage. Bee suit. Then the worker bee. So the worker bee is a female that is not capable of reproduction. She just works in the hive. No, she's the one who stings you when you come near a beehive.
Okay.
That's how they used to make the hives.
Okay.
Now this is the queen bee.
Queen bee?
This is the queen.
So she just lay all the eggs? And... Wow.
This is the tip of life. It's all about how they used to harvest honey back then, and how they used to hang the beehives.
Yes. Okay.
Before the coming of the different groups in Kenya, These were the first inhabitants of Kenya, known as Ogiek. These were their shelters. They were hunters and gatherers, and they were the first people to keep bee honey in Kenya. That's why you have these shelters for them. Ogiek. That's Ogiek inside there. Like the honey, body cream, candles.
That's made from the honey?
Yeah, and also the wax. Like the candles are made from the wax of the bee.
Oh, okay. Does it put off an aroma or anything? Or
Huh?
does it put off like an aroma?
Yeah,
Smell?
I think a good smell. And also very healthy for the skins, like the shampoos. Hide your head.
Yes.
This hall is known as the Aga Khan Hall. It's all about the endangered species. Those are hunted for the skin, the horns, and also the meat. For the Hilora, it's hunted for the horns and the meat.
Yes.
The Tika for the horn and the meat still. The horns, the small horns are used in the traditional necklaces. On the tip of the necklace, you put a horn.
Okay.
For the Tika,
Yeah.
he is endangered in a way that when he kills livestock, people poison the carcasses, and when he feeds on the livestock, he dies.
This one?
Yeah, he is endangered in Kenya, the wild dog.
Oh, okay.
He is poisoned by the agricultural
Yeah.
people, the farmers.
That's why they kind of extinct.
Shule haipelekani tuishini mingi sana kwa rahisi ya wote. Tunataka hivi individual. So Karaja the rhino, this Karaja the rhino, or the black rhino, that, and this is how they combine the bones. This vacuum, the venue, this is how they used to combine the bones to this part.
Okay.
The lion, the skulls of the white rhino, the black rhino, such. Then the big five in Kenya. There's a big five in Kenya. So called the big five because they are the hardest mammals to hunt on foot in Kenya. Okay? They are the difficult to hunt on foot in Kenya.
Okay.
Not everyone, not everyone.
Cycles of life. Not the name of the horn. It's all about cycles on the phases of life. From the childhood, you have youth, then you have adulthood,
Yeah.
and death part on the blue color. Now
Okay.
the white color shows that the white color shows that the child is pure when he is born.
Yeah.
And adulthood you have orange because orange is ripeness, you are ready for responsibility. Then the blue color showing that now when you die you go to heaven as Christians. The blue color.
Yeah.
Then the green color shows that as a youth you are lost in the last stage, you are still waiting for the ripeness or the adulthood. Green is not at the last stage. Okay?
Okay.
These are things that you used to have in youth. As a youth in Kenya you have to have this.
As a youth?
Yeah. Then this is now for the girl circumcision. In Kenya, girls were circumcised back then. These are the aprons that they used to wear when you were circumcised during the healing process. But today we don't support girl circumcision. But we have Maasai boys before circumcision, during circumcision, after circumcision. Before, during, after.
That's circumcision?
Eh?
Circumcision?
Circumcision.
No.
Then, if you are circumcised, you are gifted this as a boy because now you are seen to be brave, or you will be the protector of the community. You are given rungu, pangas, and the knives. Also, you are given this for musical instrument. Maybe during celebration, you are responsible for playing music. Okay.
Okay. Cool.
This is circumcision. These are the circumcision knives and the sharpening stone. Both girls and boys were circumcised back then. But nowadays, just boys are circumcised.
They circumcise girls too
Back then.
back then?
Yeah, but now it's just circumcised the boys.
Okay.
Now, a boy was given the shield and the spear because you are viewed as the protector of the community. Okay? There's no way the old people would go to protect the community when you are at home.
Okay.
Then this now is childhood, where we go to school today, where you wear uniform. Wearing a uniform is very essential because it eliminates social class in school. There's no rich or poor in school, just students. Back then, they used to be schooled around the fire, informal education by your older relatives, maybe grandmother, your grandfathers, your fathers. Such.
Yes.
Making of toys for the boys in modern days. For the boys.
Yes.
For the girls in modern days, this part. The girls. Now, traditionally, this is how it used to happen. Because there was no plastics and fabrics, we used to make from wood. Traditionally.
There's toys or?
Now, these are toys, traditionally.
Okay.
Then there was use of charms, where the child was protected from evil spirits and death by using these charms. The charms were tied in the arms, the neck, the wrist, as you see, for protection from the diseases, such. Because there was no Christianity or hospitals, they used to do this. Then child's diet, where now you are breastfed for 6 months, then introduced to softer foods. Back then you used to be given milk using the gourds. Maybe milk from the cow or goats, then you feed the child. Then now carrying of the baby, traditionally they use now the skins. Nowadays we use fabrics known as shuka and the modern baby carrier. If you are born today, in modern days, you go to church, then you are baptized.
Yes.
You are given a name according to the Bible, maybe John, Peter, Mary, such. But back then, you used to be now, you had to wait for 8 days, then you are named. Now, the 8 days you are named after a personality, after an animal, the son you are born in, the day or time that you are born in. That's how the names.
That's where you get your names?
Yeah, according to personality, the time you are born, the season you are born, or even according to an animal. That's how you are named, traditionally. But nowadays you are named according to the Bible. Then today, if you die, this is the part. If you die, this is what you express on your grave. There's a gravestone.
Yes.
Transition to the next world. Now, the medicine man, traditionally, they used to believe on people known as medicine man, who used to consult spirits or ancestors in the case of a disease. This is how he used to wear to protect him from harm from the evil spirits or the ancestors. Then beat the drums to keep them calm when he is consulting them. Then, in the Mijikenda community in Kenya, the gravestones were this: if you died, for the man, for the female, Kigonga, and Koma. Then you pour a libation, as you see him doing, to appease the dead. These were the gravestones.
Okay.
Now, the idea, you ever seen the Mr. Bones film? The Mr. Bones film?
Mr. Bones.
There's a Bones, a film that it's all about now. This idea comes from that film where now you used these things to heal by summoning their ancestors, by consulting their ancestors. These are the things that you used to summon the ancestors with. Then you heal a disease or you figure out the cause of a disease using these things. Also, all these things were stored in that hive. That was storage. So the medicine man, he used to all use these things to summon the spirit to figure out the name of the culprit of a crime, the cause of a disease, how to heal a disease, how to cast a spirit, what's the cause of a spirit in a community. All those things used to now to consult the ancestor to get an answer using all these things. Now this is adulthood. Now, as an adult, you are allowed to drink beer and also smoke tobacco. Okay? There where you have your own pipe and you share the beer in one pot. But alcoholic drink, you drink at the older people, and also play stick fight. But for the youths, who are allowed to play musical instruments, there's the harp, the lyre, the flute, the drum, the hand piano, and the shakers where you shake. And so the ball game, these were played by the youths. They were not allowed to engage in the tobacco or that, they were just allowed to play musical instruments.
So what is this?
The ball game.
That's the ball game.
A ball game.
How do you play it? Do you know?
You use a stick, you hit you hold a stick and then you hit, it jumps to the next hole.
Okay.
If you miss, you are out.
Okay.
Beauty. This was beauty. Beauty is an aspect that started very long time ago.
Yes.
Back then we used to use the combs for the ladies. The older people, all the men used to shave. Then they wipe out their hair. We use the fly whisk. You wipe their hair.
Right. Okay.
But nowadays we go to salon for the women. Okay. Then us used to wear the tire sandals, also the wood sandals, such. This was beautiful there. Then invocation and protection. This was protection of the whole homestead from evil spirits. Now some of these charms were buried in the compound, some put under the bed, some worn in the arms, some to protect the whole homestead, the child, the mother, the father from evil spirits and deaths caused by the witchcrafts. Now this is leadership. Leadership, traditionally, if you are elected as a leader, you have to have these things to show that you are a leader. Like the clock, the staff, the walking stick, the fly whisk, and the seat. They were signs of leadership traditionally. Then you have the household. If you are been married, these are the things that you have in the house.
Okay.
For the young married couple, like the winnowing basket, the strainer, the fish trap, the boozy. The boozy you sit at this point, then you glitter at the meat of the coconut at the front. Then you have the mortar and pestle, the spoon, the mat, the wall monument, the water gourd, the hand gourd, the water pot. All these things were found in a house of the young married couple. Then during the wedding, these are the things that will be worn by the dancers. For the man, or for the female, for the man. Okay? Also these were worn still by the dancers still, when they are dancing. Now the wedding, the bride used to wear this, the wedding gown. In the Maasai community, known as diala. It was a blue one.
The blue one is like the wedding.
Yeah, the wedding gown.
Okay.
Then these are gifts that were taken to the father of the daughter before the negotiation of the marriage. They were like bribe. Before the negotiation, then there would be the negotiation of the marriage, then maybe acceptance of the marriage, then the marriage will be held. That's the piece, right? This is the history of Kenya. In Kenya, you can either own a land by leasing it or having the title deed for it. If you have the title deed for it, you just own the land 6 feet deep. Meaning that if you find a million in your garden, that million will definitely belong to the government without negotiations. Okay? Then these are symbolic action that we should work together as Kenyans. Mzee Jomo Kenyatta, the first president, he took a car in 1967 in a garden, then called people to push it. A funny act, and then he used a name known as Harambee. Harambee is a Kiswahili word in Kenya, meaning unity. Kenya should have unity.
Right.
Then the second president helped people in building of gabions. Him holding the stone, Daniel. He used a movement known as Nyayoism. Nyayo means footsteps, meaning that he was following the footsteps of the first president, working together as Kenyans. Then the third president was building a panel in the museum. Then the oldest person to go to school was Kemani Nganga. He went at the school at the age of 84 in 2003.
Okay.
He was the Guinness World Record for it. Okay. Then these were the first educationists in Kenya. They went to the ring of professors to encourage Kenyans to read more and show them the importance of reading. Okay. Then the universities in Kenya, we have Moi University, we have Nairobi University, we have Kenya Methodist or KEMU. Also, we have Kenyatta University, named after the first president of Kenya. These are the biggest universities in Kenya, but we also have some other universities, about 95 universities in Kenya. Religion in Kenya, we have now Muslim, Christianity, and also Buddhism, and their books. For the Buddhism, Quran for Muslim, Bible for Christians, and their golden bells.
That's all the religions you have here in Kenya?
We have these three religions in Kenya, the three: Christianity, Muslim, and Buddhism. These are the major streets in Kenya. Gikomba Street. Most people in Kenya live in Kibera Street, the biggest slum in Kenya. Then in Kenya you have different fabrics. We have shuka, we have kikoi, Masai kikoi. Okay? And we also enjoy this meal known as nyama choma, roasted meat and corn cake. Corn cake is known as ugari in Kenya. Then we have kiondo and tire sandals. This is Kenyan identity. Also Kenyan identity, we have marathon running. Kenya, we are known for marathon running. Okay?
Available branding?
Huh?
What kind of branding?
Kenya, we are known for marathon running.
Oh, okay.
That's why you see us running.
Yeah. Okay,
Kenyan
branding.
identity.
Okay.
And also the coastal beaches at the coast. There's a Kenyan identity.
Okay.
Yeah. You see us running out there?
Yes. Okay.
That is urbanization. For a town to be a town has to have this thing. For a town to be a town. The police station, the mall, the church, the bus station, such. Then you have Jua Kali. Jua Kali is an industry that came to Kenya and it was introduced by the Kenyans themselves. Using combinators to form useful gigs.
Yes.
It's known as the Jua Kali. Jua is sun, Kali is hot sun, meaning that it is under the hot sun where we make things. Then wildebeest.
Wildebeest?
Yeah.
That's the Masamari, whatever they.
You have go to that place?
No, I would like to.
Okay. They cross from Masai Mara to Serengeti in Tanzania.
Yeah. Every year.
Thousand, yeah. From July to August. At this point, you will see those.
Okay.
NYS is a movement where Kenyans work on the use of Kenya work free for the government.
Yes.
Then later, after 6 months, you are gifted free education to college or the universities of your liking as a present by the government. Then you have the Red Cross and the Maendeleo of Wanawake. Maendeleo Wanawake meaning that it's a movement by the women where they help people help their fellow women in times of labor or the maternity. But the Red Cross is a movement that helps all Kenyans during calamities. Even the corona calamity,
Yes.
they used to ship people from the remote areas with ships and also the cars to the current Nairobi hospital in Nairobi. The Red Cross. The former Kenya Airways, the current Kenya Airways. Former, current. They designed it to capture the map of Kenya in it. The flag of Kenya in it. The first ship in Kenya was Victoria. It was gifted here by Queen Victoria after independence. Now, these people are the people who were tortured during the first president of Kenya, the second president of Kenya. Them were murdered or assassinated, like Pio Gamapito, the European. He used to film the bad moments of Kenyatta. He was a threat, that's why he was assassinated. Okay. Now, them, the down parts, it's all about those who are fighting for multipartyism. They were mostly captured and tortured, taken to this torture house, the Nyayo torture house, where they were tortured. Okay, they used to demonstrate on the street. That's why you see him being flogged in the street of Nairobi. Okay, they were fighting for multipartyism in Kenya.
Okay.
Then this is the first president of Kenya taking oaths. Jomo Kenyatta, his deputy Oginga Odinga, him addressing the parliament in Kenya, okay, and also him going to the Nairobi street as after he gained independence, he gained the presidency.
Right. Okay.
The second president of Kenya, Daniel Toroitich Arap Moi, Moi Kibaki, the last president, and his wife Lucy Kibaki, and also their cabinets for the first president of Kenya, the cabinets. Now, this was a massacre in 1922, where Africans went or Kenyans went to demonstrate in Nairobi after the arrest of a leader known as Harry Duku. They were all shot to death. 80,000 of them were shot to death and they died in Nairobi.
Wow.
All these people died back then. Harry Duku massacre. Then in Kenya we fought for independence either military way or diplomatic ways. Now the military part was for the Mau Mau. They used to have the dreadlocks, a sign of unity. Then if you are caught as a Mau Mau, you are brought to these camps to be jailed. These are jailed. Okay? Then the leader was Field Marshal Kimathi, who was caught in 1956, then hung in 1957. This was the garment that he used to wear, and also the gun that he had. Field Marshal Kimathi.
Is he a king or something? Or?
He was the leader of Mau Mau.
Oh, okay. Okay.
These are the guns that Mau Mau used. The guns were made of wood and they used nails instead of bullets. Because Kenyans, we could not manufacture bullets, we used nails.
Nails.
Yeah, we used nails.
Okay.
Then this is diplomatic ways. Now diplomatic ways is where now Kapenguria 6 and among them was Jomo Kenyatta fought for independence diplomatically. They used now politics. They were caught and taken to court, and that's how they were jailed. And this is Waruhui Tote, General China.
Yeah.
He was shot in 1954, stayed with the bullet for 4 years till 1988 when he was done surgery. Later died after 2 years because now the wound could not heal because of the bullet had destroyed some parts in the body.
Right.
He died. General China. We gained independence in 1963. He was the guy to go up Mount Kenya, Monyao. He went up Mount Kenya and planted the flag of Kenya on it. Patriotic. Okay? How Britain left Kenya troops. Mama put down their weapons after independence. Then this is the seat of the first president of Kenya. 1963. Lancaster houses. This was the Lancaster house that was held in 1961 in Berlin. Okay, The agenda in this meeting was Africans to take back their independence. There were also representation of Africans like Jomo Kenyatta, the first president of Kenya, James Gishuru, the one wearing the headdress, and also Tom Mboya and Alexander Munge. All these people were present at that meeting, and we gained independence under this influence because 1961, then we gained independence 1963, 2 years later. Now, in the Second World War, Africans were involved in the fighting. That's why you see us training. Okay? We had been promised that after the war, we will be given back our land, but instead we were given gramophones and statues, which was very unfair.
Yes.
That's why we started the revolution. That was blackmail of the highest order. Now, the early schools and early churches in Kenya were these. Mostly Kenyans and the European never interacted, either in school, in churches. We have our own school, they have our own schools, such. These are the early schools and early churches. Then there was social class. It was our country, yes, but we were in the third class. This was third class, second class, and first class. Third class was for the Africans. They went to their own hospital, King George VI, now known as Kenyatta Hospital.
Yes.
They lived in Kibera slum, Africans. The Asian or the Indians lived in the second class. They went to the Aga Khan, they introduced apartments in Kenya. The Asians or the Indians. First class was for Britain, where they lived. They went to the European hospital, lived in estate. These were their things. First class, second class, third class. You can imagine a country where you are in the third class and it's your country.
Yeah.
It was very unfair.
Yes.
Then the industries that were introduced by Britain, the cotton, the pineapple, the bacon, tea, such. Not that we don't have the plant, they just brought up the factories to process the plants that we have. Okay? Even the car industry was brought here by Britain. Then the seat of the paramount chiefs. Paramount chiefs used to wear this helmet. The paramount chiefs were elected by Britain to rule over Kenya on behalf of Britain. They were promoted from this seat to this seat if they gave relevant information, which was not much of now promotion. It was still blackmail, as it was not promotion. Then this was division of Kenya. They used something known as divide and rule. You divide Kenya to be able to rule Kenya easily. Okay? Where now Kenyans were restrained from moving from one country to another. Okay? Now, during the First World War, Africans were never involved in fighting. We were used as carrier corps. Carrier corps are people to carry the weapons and also the dead soldiers, the foodstuff, and also the clothes. We were sometimes used as human guards. Placed at the front line, then you are shot. Okay? That's how so many people died during the First World War. They were selected about 185,000 and we died about 50,000. Died. Then the Christianity and formal education, it was brought here back in the 80s. Okay? We were schooled somewhere outside because there was no infrastructure. Then this was the mixed reaction of Kenyans. Some resisted, some collaborated. Nabango Bia and Lenana collaborated. Olesenteu and Wangwa Makei resisted. Okay? That's how they collaborated with the government. Now, these are some of the captains that led Kenya: Ellsworth, Charles Elliot, and Francis Hall. They were sent here by Britain to rule over Kenya and govern Kenya on behalf of them. This was the first railway in Kenya, known as the Kenya-Uganda Railway, which was built in 1896 to 1901 by the Indians. About 8,000 of them came to Kenya, and about 2,483 were killed. They were killed by the lions of the Summer West. They were eaten by the lions. That's how it makes so many guys. No, Mullah Jivanji. No, Mullah Jivanji was a Pakistan born in 1856, came to Kenya in 1890. He was the guy who was given the tender to bring the Indians to build the railway. He brought about 38,000 Indians to Kenya, and some of the Indians were left behind after the construction, and introduced all these businesses in Kenya, their fabrics, their foodstuff, and their cash books. Okay? That's why we have Indians as a community in Kenya today, and they still do voting. The first visitors in Kenya, in the Kenyan highland, were these: Egerton, Dalmia, Macmillan, and Grogan. They came to the Kenyan highland, took about 16,000 acres of land, sent people out who are living in those areas. Now those people were used as slaves to work in their gardens for free, without being paid. They were tortured. Now, this is how they came to divide Kenya or East Africa. They went to a meeting known as Bali Conference. That was in 1884 to 1885 for a peaceful talk on division of Africa. They came with these guns and these agreements. Now, the agreement was all about taking away our land, but they lied to us about that it was about protection from the slave traders. We could not trade, so we just signed, and that's how we were colonized. This is colonized. Now this is slave trade. Now slave trade is where now we were chained from Nairobi to Mombasa on foot. And then if you died, they never cared, you died. Then if you resisted, you were flogged to death, or chained up and left in the wild to be eaten by the man-eaters, maybe the lion and the leopards. You are forced to carry this ivory as the major commodity of slave traders. They never spared the babies, they used to carry away the babies.
They used to put the babies?
And even the babies were carried, they never spared the baby. Okay? Then him was the introducer of slave trade, known as Tipu Tipu. Tipu Tipu, his real name was Hamad bin Muhammad bin Elejedi bin Mulajad. He was an Oman Arab. He was nicknamed Tipu Tipu by Africans because he came with guns to Africa, and Africa thought that they gave us out Tipu Tipu. They nicknamed Tipu Tipu. Okay? Now the founder of Christianity in Kenya was Wollstonecraft. He built this church, St. Paul Rabbi, 1896. Then the second church came, Freetown, St. Emmanuel. This is a modernized boozy. You sit at that point, then you get at the middle of a coconut and the front part. Okay? The seat of impunity. It's a remembrance of the post-election violence in Kenya in 2007. People killed each other after an election in 2007 using the machetes. Thousands and thousands of people died. This is a remembrance for it. The seat of impunity. That's the details. It was made by Sebastian Kiarie. Never forget the 2007 post-election violence in Kenya. Then this is the birds of East Africa. In East Africa you have 1,300 species of birds. In Kenya we have 1,100, and we have documented all 1,100 species of birds in this hall. There are so many, we can't explain, we just watch through. Then go up to that aspect, there are very many.
Oh wow, a whole bunch. Huh?
Yeah, we have all these birds in Kenya. You can go for bird watching in Kenya, there's so many.
Is most of them still around?
Huh?
Most of them still here?
Yeah.
Or some extinct? Or?
All of them are in Kenya till now. 1100 species.
Elephants.
The big ones are the middle ones, the small ones are the sides. Those are parrots. You see this in the streets of Nairobi,
Yeah.
Barabusto. It's the ugliest of the birds in the world, okay?
Yes.
That's you see the face, the ugliest. Barabusto.
Marabusta.
The flamingos. The duck and the teals. The vultures.
Let me see another one.
Falcons and vultures too. Falcons are the fastest flying bird. They can fly to the speed of 320 kilometers per hour on air. Okay?
Wow. It's pretty fast.
Eagles.
Zaplesali. To jsou ty krásný dravce.
Different eagles, buzzards. These are the biggest of the eagles in Kenya. The crowned eagle and the martial eagle are the biggest. They can hurt to the size of monkeys and baboons.
Wow.
No, náš Yorkshire by se asi proletěl pěkně.
Still eagles, we have a variety of species of eagles in Kenya.
I never knew there was so many.
We have so many in Kenya. The game birds or the guinea fowl, they are domesticated in Kenya, them. The guinea fowls. The francolins or the quails. Or the quails. The heaviest of the flying birds is the polybuster. It can weigh to 19 kgs and still fly. The heaviest bird.
To bych se ještě
The
nebál.
national bird of Botswana.
To je jako velký.
The national bird of Uganda.
Yeah, national bird?
Of Uganda. You see it in the flag of Uganda?
Yeah.
Jako
This
něco
one.
vyschytal. Ale jako ne... To je taky
The bee eaters. The swift. The Jesus bird, this Jesus bird. Or Turkana. It have the long toes in a way that it can walk on the water lilies. From afar you see like it's walking on water. As Jesus did, so does Jesus bird or Turkana. Provas, sandpipers, such. Kingfishers and the cuckoo. Now cuckoo are birds that are the laziest of the birds. They never make nest. They come and take nest of the old birds or the bird that have died. They take their nest. They are the laziest. Then you have hornbills.
Heartbeats?
Hornbills.
Heartbills.
The
Okay.
hornbills has a casque on the head. The female doesn't have. The male, the female. They live in holes in the tree trunk. They dig a hole in the tree trunk and they stay. The owls. The owls are birds that can turn their head 270 degrees without breaking their neck.
370?
270.
270,
They
okay.
turn their head and they
Yes.
break their neck.
Wow.
Then you have the tobacco, the most colorful birds, and the lilacs. They're the colorful birds. The biggest of the hornbills is this. The Absian ground hornbill. The dove, the parrots. The doves and the parrots.
Okay.
This is a cage parrot that is mostly found in cages. Yes. Caged. The dove, the pigeon. This one. Snakes. Snakes, okay, that was
How are we doing on time? We good?
Yeah?
We do it?
Yeah, we have time.
Okay.
We have time.
Okay, good.
Take your time. Take your time. Take your time.
Okay. Thank you.
That is the last definition. Him is the last male rhino, the white rhinos in Kenya. Yes. He was born in 1972, died in 2019 at the age of 46. Him remained with only his daughters, Najil and Fatu. They will go extinct because we don't have a male. He was the last male, named Sudan, the white rhino. Yeah.
He died in 2018?
2018
2018.
at the age of 46.
Okay. He's big.
So I don't get past this point.
Okay.
I'm based in Malaysia. Sipiti hapa na waacha hapa. Mimi niko based kwa museum.
So is this it for us?
Huh?
Is this